Are you ready for some money-making opportunities on a Sunday NFL action? You betcha. Week 9, Brian Blessing in downtown Las Vegas. OddsWorthBetting.com. The guys are ready to roll for you on a Sunday. Featured pick of the day is available right below this video. We've got a big NASCAR race. We've got NHL, NBA, but it's the NFL that gets our attention on Sundays. Let's talk about the early games, and we start with the Raiders at the Steelers. How about a throwback game? I'm the old guy. I can remember the Immaculate Reception. I was back in northeastern Pennsylvania when that play happened. Franco Harris, what a great memory that was. John Madden, to this day, still bitter. But we turned the clock back, and in this spot, we've got the Steelers a 4.5-point favorite. The total in the game is 48. You got to just really be impressed with what Carr and the Raiders have done to this point in the season. And I always say, the NFL's a better place when the Raiders are a relevant team. The Jags and the Jets, Fitzpatrick is going to go. Jets 7-point favorites. Total on that game, 42.5. Huge football game in the NFC from the wild card race perspective, and that's the Rams at Minnesota with the Vikings a 2-point favorite. Total on the game is 40. This Vikings team now with Diggs giving them an aerial threat could get Peterson going, but it's the defense, and they play hard for Zimmer, and you can't sell St. Louis short. We know they play all the NFC West teams tough, and now they've got a ground game. That's a really fun football game. It's the Dolphins and the Bills off a bye. Massive rivalry game here. I say more so for Buffalo, and Tannehill's just not fared well against the Bills in his career. Buffalo a 3-point favorite off the bye, getting Tyrod Taylor back and Carlos Williams, the running back that will help McCoy. Plus, they get Leotis McKelvin back on the beat, and he is a solid defender for the Bills. Titans and Saints. Saints an offensive explosion last week against the Giants, laying 8 against Tennessee in this spot. Patriots, doesn't matter what the odds makers hang. Public bets it up, 14-point favorites against the Redskins. Packers-Panthers is really the big game of the day, and the ramifications down the road are huge. Packers 2.5-point favorites here. But if Carolina wins the game, in essence, they would have a 2-game lead on Green Bay, but they'd have the tiebreaker for the head-to-head win. They'd really have a 3-game lead, and let's look down the road at the end of December, and we could be talking about the road to the Super Bowl going through Carolina. Rodgers and company probably have a bad taste in their mouth coming off a loss. I'd look for a really good effort there. Falcons and 49ers. Falcons are 6-point favorites in this spot. Total on the game is 45. And obviously Kaepernick not the starter. We get Gabbard in there. You get Carlos Hyde hurt. They have no running backs. Giants and the Bucks. Now you get inflated totals because of that score last week with the Giants and the Saints. The total on that game, 47.5. Giants 2.5 on the road. Broncos, Colts, Manning back to Indy. Looking at Denver, 3.5-point favorite, and it's all based on that defense. Total on the game's 45. But Denver, if that running game's working, man, that's a tough football team. And then we get the Sunday night game, Eagles and Cowboys. And Philly, how about this, on the road, a 2.5-point favorite. Total on the game is 44. NASCAR, NBA, NHL, college basketball starts next Friday. Lots of action on the wagering board. Lots of fun in downtown Las Vegas. And the guys at OddsWorthBetting.com want to make it a fun experience for you. Check out their feature pick of the day right below this video. Always fun being with you here on ScoresAndOdds.com. I'm Brian Blessing in Las Vegas.